yesterday I found this out on Twitter when he announced his retirement, that he's out. He's tapping out after 13 amazing seasons in the National Football League, many of them down the road here in San Diego. Spent 3 years with the Ravens, last year's with the Rams. Six-time Pro Bowler. Six-time Pro Bowler, five-time All-Pro, and the only defensive player since he entered the league in 2007 with more than 200 games played in this great league. He is Eric Weddle. How are you, Eric Weddle?
Man, it's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. Excited for the next adventures, let me tell you.
I bet. Before we get to that, how'd you get to this decision? Why'd you do it?
I mean, I've always told myself and told teammates, friends, and family that I was not going to be the guy that held on too long, held on that extra year, couldn't run anymore, ends up getting benched for the young guy, or their team's not having success, so they want to go with the young guy. So I've always told myself that was never going to be the case for me. And playing this past season with LA gave me one more chance to live my dream, and I gave it my all. And honestly, like, thinking about getting ready for football, working out, running, going through the pain every single day to get your mind and body ready for a season makes me want to throw up. And I would much rather be doing 10 other things than doing that. And when thinking about that and thinking about the past season, and it was difficult being away from the family for the first time in my career and battling some injuries that I never really had to battle, took a toll on me. And at the end of the day, man, I gave it all I got, and I'm very content with what I gave to this game and what I gave to my teammates and coaches and the community and everyone that surrounded me. And I can move on with a smile on my face and enjoy the next chapter of my life.
Well, I got to tell you, man, knowing what you got to get ready to play in this league, and knowing how you have to be mentally right on every snap, that you gotta know where to be, and you got to know how to get ready for it, and you got to just figure the whole thing out. If you're not thinking about it 24/7, 365, and you think that the preparation is going to make you throw up, then it is time to go. I mean, there's just no two ways about it. I'm serious. I mean, and that's a great choice that you made, man. No doubt about it.
I'm with you. I mean, there's so much that goes into it that, throughout the week, mentally, physically, how much you do behind the scenes to not only get yourself prepared, but to help your teammates to mentally be so in tune that you on the fly can help someone within seconds of the snap. I mean, there's so much that I give emotionally, and just trying to be the best. I mean, I don't play to be good or average or anything other than trying to be the best at what I do and helping my teammates to be great. So if I can't do that, and if my mind and heart aren't 100% committed to that, then there's absolutely no way I could go moving forward of trying to play. So I'm excited. It's exactly how I wanted to do it. I didn't need a big old press conference. I didn't need to go down the line and thank a million people. I've tried to do it the right way. Nobody's perfect, but I think the people that know me know that I care for them. And let it be known. Just send a little tweet out there and let it go running.
Let it go running. Well, run, tell that. No doubt about that. Eric Weddle here on the Rich Eisen Show. What are you most proud of? What are you most proud of those 13 seasons? Eric?
I was accountable. I was durable. I gave it my all. I mean, there wasn't a sidestep or didn't do everything needed to be at my best. And I thought I gave back as much as the game gave me. I think I gave back more to my teammates and to the team and to the organization. And I think at the end of the day, not many people are going to remember how many picks or touchdowns I had, but they're going to remember if I was a good teammate, if I was a good guy, if I was a guy that could be counted on if they were in need to at 1 a.m. to go pick them up if they were in trouble. Like, those are the things that matter most to me. And seeing the responses from old teammates and people that I've competed against or coached under, that's what I'm most proud about is the man and the friend I was to all my teammates and coaches.
What would you change if you could change one thing in the 13 seasons? What would that be?
Nothing. I wouldn't change nothing. I mean, I live with no regrets, Rich, and you know me. I'm pretty honest.
Yep.
I say what it is and what I feel, and I live with the results. And nothing. I have no regrets, and I gave it my all. And there were some great moments, some not so good moments, but you move forward, and I'm happy with everything that I did.
So then, what is your favorite moment? You look back 13 years. You go, that one. You know.
Wow, favorite moment.
Yeah, brother. What do you got for me?
That's tough. I mean, winning in Indy to go to the AFC Championship my rookie year was pretty wild. You know, it was my first big time moment playing in Indy, and then picking off Peyton in the red zone was one of the highlights in such a young career starting out. Bringing back Baltimore division title my last season there, and spearheading the number one defense. I mean, that was those two moments stick out the most for me.
Okay, who was the biggest red ass you played with, Eric? Who was the biggest?
Hardest teammate? Jeez.
Phillip's an underrated red ass, right? Isn't Phillip?
I mean, no, him and I we saw eye to eye about everything. He's a super competitive, but
that's what I mean by, I guess, by red ass and that. But
yeah, he. I mean, geez, I can go back to like Chris Dillman. I mean, he was as fiery as they come. I mean, there was one time my second year, it was in training camp, and we were doing like an inside run drill, and I was thinking I was all high and mighty, and I came through a gap, kind of like full speed and unannounced, and kind of got through there. And he looked at me, he's like, "Next time you do that, I'm gonna knock your head off." And I was like, "Yeah, whatever." Then about 4 plays later, I didn't see him, and he completely destroyed me and just knocked me onto the ground, then jumped on top of me and kind of like snarled and growled at me. And I was like, all right, I'm not going to be doing that anymore in training camp practices against them.
I bet not. So which player was the one that created the biggest business decision for you in the 13 seasons, where you're standing back there and you knew, here's the snap, here comes somebody to give me a business decision? Which player would that be, Eric?
Business decision meaning like took the play off, or
no. This person's coming at you, and you got to think about whether you're going to hit him or not. What do you think?
Oh, never. I never did that.
I love it.
I always threw it in there. Whether I closed my eyes and tackled them is another thing, but never was I scared to not throw it in there and try to make a tackle.
So then,
I mean, that wasn't about me, but I've missed my share. But
which is the one?
Stats have shown I've made plenty more.
Damn straight. Which one's the toughest to tackle? Then I guess would be the way to answer that.
Oh man, I mean, Adrian Peterson in his prime was tough. Geez, I mean, even Brandon Jacobs, the Giants in his
yes.
good run, he was a monster. Man, I mean, everyone is a unique. I always felt like the smaller, stockier, quick, agile running backs were always a bit tougher to tackle because they could shake you up and run you over if you weren't bringing enough power.
Mm-hmm.
But those two come to mind. Just a little back in the early days. Most recently, who were the top rushers last year? Jeez, I don't even know.
Well, I mean, you didn't have to face Henry. Did you face Derrick Henry?
I faced him. I faced him 2 years ago, and I tackled him. He's a monster when he gets it going. When he gets in the open field and gets that weight behind him. If you can get him before he starts running or keep him lateral, he's not as hard to bring down. So we held him in check 2 years ago. I didn't, but he was a monster this past season.
I bet.
So obviously he.
Well, you're a monster in your own right, Eric, man, and you really are. You're one of my favorite players that I've gotten a chance to meet, and so I feel comfortable asking you this question, Eric. Certainly, since I follow you at Weddle's Beard, and I have seen some of the delicacies that you've tweeted out about you going in and breaking, I guess, whatever diet you have to enjoy, like saying Oreos, Nilla wafers, Oreo Pop-Tart, Cookie Crisp cereal all together. So I ask you, now that you're retired, how large you plan on getting, Eric?
Oh, how large? No, I don't. I think I will slim down even more.
Oh, okay.
It's you try to you play at a certain weight and you lift weights to keep your body strong. Like you're preparing your body for car wrecks every game. So you have to be strong. You have to lift heavy weight to keep your body right. Well, now I'm not doing that. So I'd be in tune to lose some pounds and get more flexible and, lift to just keep the pain out of the joints and whatnot, not so much lift to be He-Man in the weight room and get your body right for games. So
again, I
don't ever see myself getting overweight or out of shape. I'm always going to lift. I mean, that's who you are. That's what I've done my whole life. So that's not going to change. But when my teams win, there'll be ice cream getting eaten on Sundays. I can tell you that.
That's what's great to be a high performing athlete, man, with a metabolism to be able to do that. Because if I would never be able to do that. Just if some guys come off the NFL gridiron, they take the filters off and then they get big in the community, as they say. But you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. I love it.
No, it's not. It's the mental. It's about keeping the routine, man. Mental toughness.
I bet.
Doing what makes you happy. I mean, and at this point, working out is more so I don't have to walk with pain.
No kidding.
Than anything.
Is that right, Eric?
That's why.
In all seriousness.
That's why at this point.
No kidding. Really? That's. I mean, and obviously after 13 seasons in the NFL, I only wish you the best of health, man, as you move on.
Appreciate it.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, my mind is good. Everything else may hurt a little bit, but I'll be just fine, man. I'm happy. I got a beautiful family, and excited for the next road, man.
Do you want to get in the paparazzi? Do you want to get in this business, this end, the media?
You know what? We're gonna see what's out there. I'm gonna take a year at least just to be at home and see how bored I get. But I need some time to enjoy retirement before I go to the next challenge and try to demolish it and be great at it. So I'm going to take some time away, but I'll be around and, I'm sure I'll be a guest on your show sooner or later.
Eric, anytime. Seriously, you want to do that? I'll let you flex those muscles anytime. You know that.
You're good, man, Rich.
Right back at you, Eric. Congrats. I know Marshall Faulk always told me when people said to him after he retired, congrats, he's like, on what? I'm like, because you had a great career. That's why. And people want to say that. So I say that to you, Eric. Congrats.
Heck yeah, man. I appreciate it, man. It's tough to not only make the league, to be in the league, but to have a great career, man. It's not to be taken for granted, and I appreciate anyone that wants to say it. So thank you.
You bet. Take care. Best to your family, and let's chat down the line, Eric.
You got it, Rich. Thanks for having me on.
You got it. Of course. That's Eric Weddle, 6-time Pro Bowler.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download The Rich Eisen Show app.